Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to HSF Racing. I wanted to give another shout out and talk about acquiring cars for your stable at the best bang for your buck. So let's get into this. I'd like to give a shout out to Jamal at Slot Cars of Atlanta and his printing. He was able to make me this t-shirt, custom logo, and on the back, silicones for boobies, not slot cars. So thank you very much, Jamal. Slot Cars of Atlanta. You need custom t-shirts or want to purchase some badass t-shirts or hats? Go there and get what you need. So next up on here is trying to talk about purchasing slot cars for the best bang for your buck. I am all about trying to get cars for cheap as possible. Uh, as things get more expensive, and if you're behind in the hobby and you're trying to catch up on cars you like, it's the best thing you can do is search and hunt for the best deals as possible. So we'll talk about it real quick. So what you're looking at are the cars I've been able to acquire over the last 3 months since my last video. Um, I think I've saved a lot of money. I wouldn't have these cars if the boss didn't allow it or she didn't know either. But anyway, I got the cars. So this one in particular, Pink Pig, historic, numbered, below retail of the normal unnumbered Pink Pig. So that was below the cost of $82.99. A lot of these cars are purchased off of Home Racing World, and I think you really need to pay attention to that forum. The cars that come up there for sale for 99.9% are from reliable people, and you can tell by clicking on their profile and tell if they've been a veteran or how long they've been around. But I have never had a bad sale go on at Home Racing World, and I've acquired a lot of cars. And when you go to Evil Bay, it's a little different. You want to look for those sellers that are trying to get rid of stock that are that's been sitting around for a long time, and they give you a discounted price, but they don't list that on their website. And I acquired a couple cars like that. But I think my best experiences and getting cars for below cost and what I'm looking for has been from Home Racing World. And especially as we look forward to moving to racing at Motown Raceway and getting into their different classes and things like that. Hopefully it works out the way it is and I can acquire more cars to fit the racing schedule and get into it more. But I think it's very important that as this hobby gets more expensive, people look for new avenues to get their cars, their supplies, whatever they need for as cheap as possible. But it's also important to support your local supplier, your local raceway. You know, um, I try and do that as much as possible. I'm probably guilty of not doing it as much as I should, but hopefully, as I move forward in the hobby, I can start supporting the local raceways more, as long as they have the parts in stock. But that's all I want to talk about. Shout out to slotcarsofatlanta.com. Jamal's a badass dude. He'll hook you up. And the hobby is getting more expensive, so you always want to get out there and try and find the best bang for your buck. So that's all I was out there for today. This video is really quick, hopefully, and get out there and race, increase your collection, and don't get in trouble with the wife.